I left school with no qualifications. I ended up being a labourer in construction. And then as I grew through the trades, I was taking on young people who didn't have an education, who were sort of the rogues and sort of pushed out for society. And I thought, well, I'll take all those on, nobody else does, and I'll train them and work with them. And then from that point, I thought I wanted to do this properly, so I ended up going back to university, well, going to university, getting an education and getting my degree in teaching. And then from there, I worked in education and it sort of developed from that. It wasn't working. There was too many schools and too many places where we're just putting the kids into exams, and actually the best ones would win. The ones that failed really were left behind. And it wasn't they were just left behind, it was just they were basing their whole life and their whole well-being on not having the right grades. It's very target-led, so even the schools I've recently been working at would push the kids into a qualification they don't really want, but if they pass, the school looks good because they've got now their league tables go up and it looks better for them. So education is not personal, it's not something that you can identify with each particular kid. I sold everything I had, and I had a truck with my skateboard in it. I had a skateboard making kit, and then I travelled around the UK. I slept in my car for about a year because I sold everything to do this, because I knew it would work. So I just travelled around and around and around, meeting tons of kids from all sorts of backgrounds, right up to one end of the country down to the next, working with headmasters and people who have been in the field for years, and then working with lots of kids who've been not in education. So I gathered all that evidence, and then I put it together and created the FAR Academy.
This is real? Like, you really had the FAR Academy exists? You're really doing this? It's mind-blowing, you know, it's mind-blowing. I think what Brent's doing is really something special. And he's doing it with an enthusiasm and an excitement, and he's passing it on to young people. To have played some sort of role unknowingly, that makes me feel good. I've always tried to put out good energy as a pro skater, and I've always hoped that I was passing something on, some important information, just through the act of my skating or through the other things I've done. And you know, it's always very humbling and always very, it takes you back a little bit when someone tells you something like that. The board of yours that I got in 1989 or 1990 changed my life and somehow has fed into what's happening in this moment.
I feel like here it's more of like a practical sort of thing. Like even though what a lot of the stuff I'm learning is to do with skateboarding, it's that I can transfer those skills into like a sort of a mainstream job if I needed to. Not that I want to, because I don't want to do that, but if I needed to, I can transfer those skills into my further life. So like we're building the ramps out here and stuff, and we're like learning about wood and like all the different properties and stuff, and like how to make stuff, and you can transfer it, if you know what I mean.
At the same time, it's also, for me, this dream coming true moment to moment to moment. It's like, this is happening. People are doing this, they're making this happen. And so we went over and we looked at the school and the facilities and the ramps and stuff. It's just like, what does it do? It just warms your heart, makes you smile, and makes you glad that there's people like Brent out there going for it. That makes all the difference in the world. It's just the courage and the guts to step up and forge new ground.
Everything changes in life apart from education. Cars improve, people improve, presidents change, all these crazy things are happening, but education stays exactly the same. The table is exactly the same, the way there's teaching is exactly the same. It has no impact on this generation at all. We're wasting so many young lives in a pointless education system. So I've changed it completely and making an impact, and we're making a positive impact with hundreds and hundreds of young people every year.